All right, today is December 24th, Christmas Eve. The market's closed at 1 p.m. today. Dow Jones was up 71.42, S&P plus 14.22, NASDAQ 33.62, small caps down 3.85. Small caps have been crazy. Russell 2002. The VIX 2142 dropped 8%. Commodities, gold's up 1883, silver 25.92, crude 48.22. So a shortened day today. Tomorrow we are closed. And then next week with the holiday too, you have New Year's Eve. All right, let's take a look at small caps. The leaders, basically the leaderboard today. This was a warrant again. Don't trade warrants. AIRT. I didn't even see this. When did this come up? Jesus. It started to move out of nowhere. You had this little move here, 19,000 sideways. And there it is. When you get a halt move, halt, you'll see that a lot. You know, eventually it will drop, but it depends how high. So this move 14, 18, the 42 plus. And the volume, you know, kind of sketchy. There's enough to get in and out, but AIRT, what is this stock? There it is here. Look at this, 1.9 million. And this normally does 1,000, you know, 400. It's total pump stock, total garbage. If you want to trade this, you got to know what you're in. And if you're in here, you know, and it drops down here, you're screwed on a halt. If you're in here, if you get in low and it moves here, yeah, it's more of like gambling. It's a total risk there, but you know, there's a move though. This is a $12 to $42 move. Incredible. All right, so let me see if there's any actual news in this. Computer's frozen. AIRT announces intent to form new aircraft equity vehicle. They do vehicles. They do overnight cargo, ground equipment, company overnights air cargo, expenses, 69 aircraft with FedEx. Float is 1.85 million. Yeah, so there it is. It moved. If you've seen this, you jumped in. That's a great move there. Here's ID. All right, here's another one in the 5 minute. So you have your candle breakout. See right here, 650 comes down. Look at this. Doesn't even sit to this. Yesterday's close. Today's in the green line, red line. So it doesn't even come to the 6 line. You're playing a nice 50-cent line here. There's a 650. Yeah, eventually these start to take off. If they're low to high, sometimes they'll like grind, make a move, come down, and then they eventually explode at one point. So low part of your screen, remember I said middle, top. So 650 all the way to 1050 plus. This is another great gain here. Let's see what ID is. Not much news in this. This is truck ID, power ID, tools ID. International Court was founded in 2008 in Jersey City. Market distributes special automotive parts. And this float on this is 3.6 million, another small float. So look at the 10 minutes. See if you move up. There it is, 650. There's your line. There's your break. Another ascending triangle. Yeah, we're getting great follow through here. You don't know how long it's going to continue. Let's look at the 10 minute. Look at the 10-minute here, 650. Does it even reach that 6 level? This is another solid gain. This is easily 1 to 2,000. So here's your 13, nice and tight, eventually explodes up. This is a typical move for a nice long play. Let's look at the daily chart. Another garbage stock. See this? No volume, comes all the way down from 1050. And then what are they going to do? Of course, they're going to bring it back up. Market manipulators, whoever's trading this, you know, look at it, bring it all the way back up to where it was. Look at the volume today, 5 million. It never does 5 million in volume. So that's how these stocks play. Know what you're playing. Most are garbage, but some are worse than others. So here's SENS. Now this had to move yesterday. You know, today it sort of topped out at that 120-ish, came back down. You know, back and forth, back and forth. Very choppy. You want to stay away from choppy plays like this, where it's just like there's no direction each way. You're not getting much range on it. That's another warrant. Here is SIF. This is 5. Look at this right here at 8 a.m. to 750 plus. Look at it. It's a straight up momentum play. When you see that, you know where it's going. It's going back down. Now, how far? Coming back. Comes like halfway. You have a move up, a very short move from 575 to 675, then comes back again. So in these moves, when you have a straight up rocket and you come back, it might not come back all the way first. It'll come halfway, you know, bounce, come again, bounce. So the long on usually these plays are over. Once it makes that move like that, and then it'll bounce back and forth. So it wasn't a great long. NLTX, you know, not much volume here. Made a candle here, 51,000. Really exploded up here and got to this 1350. Now, again, when you do this long enough, you're going to see the candles. This hammer candle right here, look, the 1350. And then we're going to play this line or the back line. A lot of times we'll test back. So this test it right at 1294, right at the 13 line. Look at this. And then, you know, we chop it and go up. So you can take a shot at your back line. On this, probably I would have did like 1305. Remember, keep that 5-cent line. Then explodes and then sideways. So that was a nice move here. Haven't seen much news in this. Yeah, choppy daily chart up back and forth here. The best volume it's had in a while. ENG. Yeah, said to move up pre-market, pretty fast move and really hard down, and it held yesterday's close. See this? That's why these lines are here. Today's open, yesterday's close. They all come in conjunction with each other. And then this moves up to 245 and gets to 295. So it's a straight run there. CEI, 8:35 a.m. Another, this is a strong 5-minute candle all the way up, top of your screen, 183. Yeah, falls all the way back. Little fake bounce here, probably caught some longs, and then it keeps going sideways. So this is another, it's like a total pyramid. Front side, very strong up. Backside didn't come down as hard, but it came back down. And you notice does this before this stock. This makes many spikes, but never holds. Look at this. Ever since January 2020, it's gotten a 4 and then blowed out 3, 2. See, that's some of these bounces. Had good volume in some days, but just look at the chart's pattern so you know what its personality is. So, I mean, this is a straight up move here. You see the top, then there's nothing there. GEVO, So to move 3 to 370. Look at that 320 hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bounces up to 420. That's a $1 move right there. On this, you draw your line. See right here? Draw your line here. It's out. Once it's out this line, let me draw it right here. See this? Okay, oh, it's going to go through. Let it go through. Let it prove it's going to go through. Let it do it. Again, this one was out. And then once you see this, where are you playing this? Are you playing this the 340 next line? Or are you playing the 330 line, which was C331? Play 335. 5 cents. 5 cents will work most of the time. And then it takes off. 13's over here, 20. And there you go. And we've seen this move before too. We've seen it, up high, middle. This is a strong move. And then you have basically a wedge. This is a falling wedge. Eventually it's going to break. It's not just going to go straight down. I mean, it can, it depends how far, and then it will bounce at some point. Just depends how much it's going to bounce. STIC, little move 1650, really exploded. Tougher trade though, because you don't have the volume. IZA, way too choppy. AMP. Trit, see this? No good. RMG, 31, 32, 37. Not the best volume, but it really held its line to line on that. OPTN, what's this called? Opti News. Came up to 415, 435, 485. It's very clean. Now the volume here, 20,000, 13, very kind of shady volume at some points. I mean, there's enough to get in. Unless you have really big size. Optin News, what's it called? Optin News announces inducement grants under NASDAQ plus ruling. I don't even know what that means. That was December 21st. This is actually found at where I live. I live in Philadelphia. 2010 is headquartered in Yardley, Pennsylvania. They do treatments for ear, nose, throat allergy specialists. Wow. Anyway, though, I mean, all you're playing on these two where you're getting in again, or you're playing in the line. This made a move here. It's one big candle. And what do you do with it? You go to 415 line. You want to go back line. You want to try to play the breakout. On the breakout, so it depends, because see this, how this came out and flattened? Then that's more of a good move over the high. See right here, over high of day, you're doing that. On this is straight up move. It's probably better to go the back line or the even line right there. NBCN. CBLI. ENDP. 590 all the way to 660. Clean line. See this? When you even touch your 13, there's no sell. If you're here, and then this is an easy one. If you're in low, and you see this, take the profit then. That's at 70 cents, this chart. BLNK, this is another great chart. Blink charging, even on fire. 45 line. Look at this 45 line right here. And it starts to move up your 1320 EMA. And on this, you want to play a big wide $1 line. This falls, there's today's open, yesterday's close. And you're hugging it right. You're hugging it at 45. And then it goes up 46. And then you're right at that line. Now, what do you do here? Play, how low did this go? 45.57. I mean, you could play these middle lines here, 45.50. You would have missed it a little bit. But see, that's why when this 1320 is coming up and this comes down, it's going to hit that and bounce up on the breakout move. As long as this is breaking out. So you can play this line on that. And this one all the way up to 53. Yeah, it's a $7 gain. So for this, I'm playing stop right here about 45 line. 46, 7. Yeah, that's easy 1400 right there. Going down the list here, let's see what else we got. The market is closed. Here's a PRPL, Purple Innovations. A lot of these come out, there'll be no pre-market. You know, some of these higher stocks, this comes out with one big candle. And then what's this low here? 3106. See, I would have missed that. I'm not going to play over 6 cents. So, you know, 3105 would have missed. But then you come back here over the low, 3151, 3155. And then look where this goes, directly to 35. A lot of these are so manipulated. See how it takes exactly to that line? So even if you miss the first move on some of these momentum, you know, the second candle, I mean, you're still playing line to line. Just give it time on the line there. Give it a shot. Just seeing here, 3152. So that's a really good run. Here's a PDD. See this low, very low move, starts to move. There's your candle. Then what do? Go back to 138 line. So you see your 1320 going up, there's your support. Because as the stock moves very fast, this will come up, wrap underneath. Yeah, 140, 142. This thing's motoring very fast. It's tough on momentum to where to get it. You want to chase, but like I said on my chart, basically probably about here to here is my halfway point. So I think you're still good until you get to the top here. Here's a SNCA. This exploded up 78 cents to $1. Going down the list here, going down. AQMS. Yeah, $2 move all the way to 260. That's a weird candle. Sometimes you just see an explosion candle. Yeah, sometimes down the list you'll get a good mover too, like very sustained mover. You know, the top 10, you're going to have the best explosive moves with volume and small caps. Here's GSS, this dog. Lotus would come up, did nothing. You know, when this had this gap here, I saw this right here. This is another thing. When a lot of my plays too are swing trades, when it filled in this gap, at least at the bottom of the gap, this did this. And then see this, didn't get over to 1320 EMA, came down, tried again. It's basically garbage here. You might get a move now. It's so far down, like an explosion move up back to 80 maybe, but we'll see. Now here's the SPY again. The wedge is getting tighter, tighter, small. We're going back and forth. Still have divergence. We keep going down, bounce up, down, bounce up. So we'll see what happens there. Here's the VIX. You know, bounce, bounce, bounce. We'll see if this goes back to 20 and bounces again. UVXY. You just tried to break through, did, and it came back again. You know, Still looking for, see this? We're getting tighter and tighter because each line connects. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Eventually, we're going to get a move up. We're going to get a correction at some point. All right, so the list today is a shortened day. You know, some good movers today. A lot of penny stocks. Seems like we switched a lot to stocks under 10, even like under $1. Penny plays have been on fire lately. Just looking around here. Yeah, here's my let me just do this. Here's my TC 2000. If you can see this here. These are my gainers. Penny stocks up the last 5 days. So look at this list here. Let's take a look at some of them. Uh-oh, where'd it go? Where'd it go? There it is. Yeah, OCGN. See, a lot of these penny plays, you'll get one move up. Look at this, or 2 days. You can get, I say, 1 to 5 days. 5 days would be extreme. 4 days, you know, still pretty extreme. 3, you know, it's pretty far reach for 3 days in a row. 1 to 2, you'll see a lot. 1 is very common, and then a dump. Now this will come back. No, how far? Will this come all the way back here and then bounce again? So we'll see on that OCGN. FRSX. This had 1, 2. Look at this, down again, but it didn't go all the way back down. So this could come all the way here and then bounce up. We'll see. And here's BRPR. Yeah, move up to 75. This is coming back 2 days. Always look for the 1320 man. Maybe it'll bounce from there. UAVS. Tremendous pop from 3 to 850. So this moved to 3 to 850, then came back down. And we'll see if this comes all the way to here. Your first support, second support. That's on UVAS. Here's AQMS, Aqua Metals. This is the break 125. See how this did 1, 2, 3, 4. Just looking live, CNBC, GOP blocks attempt at 2000 stimulus check. Congress will attempt to override NDAA veto. I mean, what is slime balls? I think one guy, was this guy McCarthy, blocked the bill. One idiot. Like, people have no money. You kept them out of work for 9 months, some people. You know, some even now, like some people lost their jobs, as industries, everything's connected. When people don't have their jobs, and that affects this industry, it affects that industry. What complete slime balls. It's really a disgrace. But that's another story. All right, AQMS, CLSK. See this runner? So to ride and grind up. This is way high here. Anytime you're far away from your 13 EMA, you got to be extremely careful. Draw your lines here. So you know, this is looking like a top here if you connect this. What else we got here? That's not on my chart, actually. SENS. Big move up. And look at this cross. Moved way up to 130, then came back. CYCC. 450, see 1, 2 days, another day. Yeah, you don't want to be long here when it just moved from here to here. It's just like common sense. This is a double. Now it could keep going. That's the thing. You don't know. Fill this gap. But to swing these penny stocks, you have to be extremely careful. I mean, this isn't swing like Apple or something. You could get news. Anything could happen. JAGX. Here's the gap. Came back down. DMTK. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like 6 candles. This moved from 14 to 24. So this is in a tremendous run too. Yeah, there's JAGX, CLNE. Move to 3, right here. This is, I call it the ascending triangle, or you could call it an ascending triangle. Broke from 5 all the way to 10 plus. There's QS, all these SPAC plays, whatever that is. Let's move from 20 to 130. Yeah, on some days, you want to take a little bit of shot here. Look at like 20. You see the moves back and forth, but it never breaks that 2013 EMA. And it's crazy up here. You're so far away from your 1320 EMA now. QS, ENG, 150, trying to get back to 3. RMG, look at this, 15, 20, 35. It's an incredible run there. IZEA, $1 all the way to 2. There it is. See, this is a wedge. This is a falling wedge. You have to know the patterns too. Falling wedge will mean a breakout above. Now you hope it goes like this. Sometimes they'll come back down and come back up. Nothing is perfect. MREO, VTGN. Here's XL. Another one of these plays. See the bottom, like 10, and they're going like 50, 40, 100. MWK. You notice all the same type of patterns. So you see this like here, here, and they're moving. Now it depends on the price, but they're all moving that same type of way. CLA, got the 17. Got the 2 to 7, ELYS. Same pattern again. You notice a theme here, the same pattern over and over. GEVO, pull back here 20. You don't even need sometimes a 50 to 200 and all that. I mean, if you're playing just like where you're at, these are one of the most important moving averages. All right, so anyway, that's down the list. So that's down the list anyway, looking at all this. So that's it for today. Again, your moves. Draw your line. This is the 5 minute. See the 10 minute on GEVO. See right here, look at that 10 minute. Big candle breakout, and then what's your low here? 341. Could even play that 345. Let's see here. Just started low, moved to middle, came back and bounced. All right, that's it for today. Christmas Eve. Little recap on trades again. Comment below in my YouTube any questions. I might do a Patreon where you can contribute and do some like private videos. Some different things people aren't putting out there. A lot of people are taking money, like all these services. I mean, they're not really teaching, they just want your money. So, all right, that's it. Please subscribe and like. We are out for now. Thanks.